any thoughts on how consumer behaviour will be affected long term by the current recession?
Well, I think certainly the past 6 months or so, consumer confidence has been bruised. And perhaps this time, which was different to the recession in '92, I think the media coverage of this particular credit crunch and now the recession has certainly affected the way people feel and the confidence that they feel when they go out shopping and the way they live their lives. So I think it will take a little time, in fact it may take some time, for people to recover that confidence and feel strong enough and brave enough to go out and spend the money. I'm not saying they haven't got money, by the way, I just think they're being a bit careful with it, more so maybe than, say, 6 months ago.
Thank you. And have you seen this in your own sector?
Yeah, I mean, within the fixed price value sector, I mean, there has been a flight to value, I think everyone understands that. But it was clear prior to all the media coverage, sort of second half of last year, that there was a step change in terms of customer numbers coming into Poundland. I would imagine most of the value sector as well saw that prior to a realisation it actually happened. The value sector has certainly seen a bounce because of this. But I think some of the value retailers were doing well already. This has just helped them even more.
Thank you. So, do you believe marketing skills need to change, and if so, to what degree?
Well, there's an awful lot of noise on the high street now, and I think to get a share of voice, you have to be clever the way you actually articulate your message to your customers. I think if you go down any British high street, especially over Christmas, it was sale, 70% off, 70% off, and 50% off 70%. It was crazy, the messages. And I think that confused customers to a certain degree. However, I do believe that our customers now can differentiate between perceived value and actual value. So the brands that which are quite nimble about this, can actually communicate their message about what their offer stands for, are the ones that will be successful. Because there is an awful lot of noise on the high street, and to get that share of voice, you've got to be quite clever the way you articulate your brand.
Thank you. So, what do you think categorises the strongest brands that we have these days nowadays?
Flexibility. If a brand is nimble and fleet of foot, then it can respond and adapt to the market. And obviously the customer, the consumer, is the person who dictates what you do and how successful you are. And some brands forget that the most important person on the high street is actually the consumer. So if you can respond to the needs without losing your core brand values, I think they're the brands that are going to survive this and be stronger when they come out of it, by the way.
Thank you. And how do you intend to keep your brand strong for the next 50 years?
By creating amazing value. I mean, if something... And our brand is very, very simple. The concept is we sell everything for £1, fixed price retailer. But if the value isn't good enough, it won't sell. So we have to make sure, in the consumer's eyes, that everything we sell is amazing value. If it isn't amazing value, it won't sell. And that's a very simple concept, but that's how we'll stay around for an awful long time to come.